more details and
All
official
right,
rules.
so
Planning to say I do? There's lots of details to arrange for your big day.
all right, so today I am putting together the stand for this huge sign that I'm putting up in here. It's like an 8-foot by 12-foot Amco sign. Kind of see it back there in the background. Just kind of fabricating a base. I can go a little lesser gauge here, using plate steel, probably around 1/4 inch thickness to build the base for this. You know, it's not going to see any wind or weather or rain or be inside. And then I'm going to also attach a top safety piece to kind of keep it from, you know, kind of swaying in here if someone leans on it. You know, somebody might have a drink or two down here. You never know. But getting that set up now. Started welding yesterday and I ran out of welding wire, so here I am. But we get everything turned on and start welding. So I will be honest, I am interested to see how my welds come out. I grew up doing it and know how to, but it just has been a while. So let's see how they've come out. Sound. Not the worst welds in the world. Definitely not the best. With a MIG, not too bad. Yeah, here's the base, the 4 bolts here. You can see the V, and then this V right here, attached to that right there. And yeah, here's the sign I kind of referred to. It's pretty large. When you see it up, it's gonna be something you notice as soon as you walk in. All right, so here is the Cobra project. Current project we have going right now, along with the Viper, which is in paint right now. Cobra, I got a little over a year ago. This was kind of the car that started the idea of GKR, the customization. I bought it as just a bird cage, had some parts together. It wasn't a complete ground up build, but it was pretty close. And it was kind of my test subject for, you know, can I replicate this on a bigger scale it up to run a business out of, you know, do customizing, build cars, find the right deals here and there, and then that kind of started the evolution of what we are today with the EV conversions that we're going to be doing. Cobra right now is a little farther along than you've seen on the website. You can see, you know, you've got the hood, doors, trunk, you know, a little more coming together on it. Right now you can technically take this out, take it for a little spin, come back. Engine needs to be a little more dialed in. Once I get all the gaps and lines and everything lined up perfectly, then it'll be ready for final body work and paint work. But today I'll kind of show you a little bit of a video on what I'm doing with the bumpers and how they work on this car. Alright, so here's the bumpers I was talking about working on today. Inside here is a little bracket that's attached to the frame, and then that frame bracket attaches to this little bracket here, which is kind of just one kind of solid piece of steel, and it comes out, and then that's what attaches to the bumper that will be out here. And it's really cool, very simple design, but pretty much how every bumper out there works. You know, there's a bracket attached to the bumper, and the other end is the frame. But it's really cool on this setup with this Cobra how raw it is, but how also it looks so great too. It's just kind of an interesting look for a cool little race car. So I obviously had to add an action shot with some sparks flying, but just cutting down those pole brackets here. All right, so here's this bumper. You can see I've got these little pins that we were talking about, bars, whatever you want to call them. Get these in here like this. There we go. Now you can see the bumper. Looks kind of cool. Needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but not too bad. Alright, so here you go. Here are the bumpers. Here's the front one. Go around to the back here. I will show you the back one. This came out pretty well. Pretty happy with everything overall. This right here is the original shop. You can see as we built a new shop next door, which I'll show you next. this has kind of become the place for clutter, and that's kind of what it's going to be long term. I'm going to keep it cleaner than this, but right now this is where we'll kind of take our EV cars and break them down from their original gas engines, take out all that drivetrain, kind of clean them up over here. You know, that's going to be a messier job, so this is going to be that over here, that kind of area. And then from there, we're going to roll them over to the shop next door, which is through that door. And we'll take a little walk over there. So over here, here's the main shop, main GKR shop. This is where we're going to really do everything on the conversion side. So over here, again, more farm stuff until the new farm shop gets built. A lovely baler and hay for the horses. But here's the Lotus, our first EV conversion that we've talked about in previous videos. Here's the kind of the bulk of the shop. And over here are the machines, our two CNC machines. On the right here is our two-dimensional kind of flat plane plasma cutter. This thing will cut all kinds of stuff. On a flat plane, you just make a design and it can cut it. You can kind of see here, I've been kind of test fitting stuff. I even made some items for the Cobra, kind of right here. This right here is a CNC mill. This is kind of the 3D version of the CNC. You can take this, you can take a chunk of metal and essentially whittle it down, all automated through the computer system here. So if I can design, you know, a lot of EV items as far as, you know, transfer case adapters for the EV motor to the previous transfer case, brackets, anything and everything that I'm going to need, I'll be able to just open up the computer, whip up something that I need, get all my measurements, throw it in the computer, throw it in a CNC readable file, and press play on this thing, and it'll just start, you know, going to town. Really cool machine here. Always wanted one. Big work table, pretty much clutter table for now. It's a holdover until I get some steel tables in here. Over here you can see, we talked about earlier, working on this big sign. I mean, you can just see how big this sign is. This thing's going to be huge. I plan on putting it over here next to that couch, kind of block off the sitting relaxation area. And yes, there is a relaxation area. You heard that correct. It's very important to take a break, watch some TV. Right there's where that TV is going to go, where that outlet is. You know, just even work on the computers, the laptop down the couch, and start, you know, designing some stuff with those CNC machines. The reason I'm working on this sign right now is because this is where the new lift is going to go for the CNC, or sorry, for the GKR EV conversions that we'll be doing. You know, it'll be a lot cleaner workspace over here, way more room, lots of storage over here. I mean, we're going to have so many components that we're going to build up, you know, over the months, years, hopefully. Kind of just, you know, want to be able to have everything readily available. And if we're working on the car right here, it's all right there. There's the Cobra update. You see how it's coming along, and the shop update, you can see how it's coming along. It is almost there, slowly but surely. It is, you know, the lift, that sign, a few little things here and there, and it'll be up and running, ready for our EV projects. And really, the shop is a workspace that's, you know, it's meant to be motivating and enjoyable to be a part of every day that I'm down here. So hopefully, you know, I put it together to where it does that for me every day. I come down here and I just enjoy what I'm doing, where I'm doing it. And hopefully you get to see that here pretty soon in all its entirety. So thanks for watching, and here's to the next update. Thank you.